right now on The Bottom Line.
Yeah, welcome to The Bottom Line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani the rest of the week, and that is Michigan great and NFL legend Braylon Edwards. How you doing, Bray?
Better than Carlos Santana, I tell you that. What's up with my man Santana, man? Maria, he was at Pine Knob yesterday performing, and seems that he just had a little heat stroke and passed out on stage.
You know, Santana was just going too hard last night. Pine Knob brings that out of people.
It's true.
It really does.
It's like a cult crowd there. Like the crowd that goes there, you know, obviously our own Cassie goes there a lot. I mean, you've been there before as well.
Yep, I went and saw Dave Matthews a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. Chris from Woodward Pistons, he was there last night as well.
Yep.
I just think the crowd that goes to Pine Knob is just a great crowd. And, you know, as an artist, you just want to put on a show, and sometimes you might be putting on more than you have.
Yeah, you see the hill up there vibing, and you want to put on a show for him.
You're trying to get out to that hill. You're right.
But hopefully he's okay. If you didn't hear, Carlos Santana last night passed out on stage at Pine Knob. It was due to dehydration and him just being tired. But, you know, Detroit Rock City brings that out of you, baby.
It definitely does. I'm glad it's 2022. We can say it's just dehydration and water. Because if this would have been 68, 70, it would have been
acid
else.
strapped to his forehead.
Refund.
You want a refund, man?
Refund.
If a guy goes so hard that he passes out on stage, you know what? You keep my money. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Well, we got everybody, the typical crew in the building today. Sam Flannel looking good in the sound booth. Of course, Maz flashing it over there with his Phillies jersey on. And then Fletch over there in the TD booth making us sound good. And thank you to everybody that's in the chat and watching right now on YouTube. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We appreciate you for that. And everybody that's watching on Twitter right now, you're just going to get a taste. Then we're going to cut it off in about 12 minutes right here at Woodward Sports. I mean, we had a whole prep sheet, right? We had topics lined up, and then right about 20 minutes before the show, Baker Mayfield is no longer a Brown. He has been moved to the Carolina Panthers for a 5th-round pick, and they are going to absorb some of his contract as well. Here's a tweet by Ian Rappaport. A new QB in Carolina. The Panthers are acquiring former number 1 overall pick Baker Mayfield from the Browns for a 2024 conditional 5th-round pick. Sources tell me and Tom Pellisario. Deal is pending a physical. All parties split the financials to make it happen. And not only did they split the financials, as you see here in this tweet, Baker agreed to trim about $3.5 million off his salary.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about all the progressive commercials that he's made. He has more than enough money in that kitty to be able to take care of himself for a year. Look, he's happy to get out of there. You know, he wanted to get out of Cleveland. He felt Cleveland disrespected him. He felt like Cleveland ran him up in some BS, which to a certain extent they did. He just wants to move forward. They got Jacoby Brissett. They have Deshaun Watson. Looks like Deshaun Watson won't miss the whole season after all. He just wants to get the hell out of Cleveland and get his life started over. So here he is in Carolina. I would have done the same thing.
Maz, how sad are you that the Lions did not get it?
No, your mic is off again, but you asked me how sad I am that the Lions didn't get him.
Yeah.
I know they're all in on Goff this year. I'm happy that he's with the team. I'm not happy he's with the Panthers. I don't really think that they're going to be in the thick of the things. I wish he was with the team that I thought he could maybe prove himself with. I'm not sure exactly of that team, but I think at least he's going to go to a team that's going to embrace him. I mean, I think Sam Darnold is going to be looking for a new team. The Panthers only have to pay him $5 million. Obviously, if he plays enough games, they're going to owe the Browns a 4th-round pick, not a 5th-round pick. I believe that he will be comeback player of the year. I truly believe that. And guess who they play week 1? They host the Cleveland Browns.
There are a lot of candidates right now for comeback player of the year. You look at Tua Tagovailoa, that'd be another one with the team that's been put around him down there in Miami. Look out for him to be comeback player of the year or most improved player of the year. But he can win both, to your point. But I disagree with you about being in a spot like Carolina. He can't show what he wants to do. I disagree. Like, at the end of the day, what you want to see from Baker, you know Baker can play. Like, you know when the pieces align right, you know Baker can play. He showed you that by going to the playoffs 2 years ago. They beat the Steelers, and then they had a chance to beat the Chiefs. But insert Chad Henne, shout out to Go Michigan. But you don't need to see if you don't need to see if Baker can play. You need to see, can Baker be a team guy? Can Baker lead? Can Baker stay involved? Can Baker stay present? Can Baker not worry about the things off the field? Can Baker not worry about the trolls and the Twitters and these things? Can he just stay present? Can he lead this team? Can he get better and better and better? Can when he does an interview after a game, can Baker just talk to the people regularly and say, hey, you know what? I missed a couple throws out there. I could have made that throw, but we're working. We'll get back to the drawing board. Can I get that interview as opposed to, guys are out there doing their own thing, and that's not what we like. Stop throwing guys under the bus. If Baker can show that in Carolina, it doesn't matter if they go 17-0 or 8-9. If he shows that he can be a leader, if he shows that he can be present, and if he shows that he can be accountable, I think that's how you win the ball game for Baker Mayfield.
If Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy all year, that's huge. But I don't count on it. And Robbie Anderson, I don't count on him either. I don't really like the cast that he has. He had a hell of a cast. In Cleveland.
He had one of the best running games in the NFL, and that pads any quarterback. And I think I'm the only one up here that's popping bottles that we did not go after BakerMayfield. I'm so happy that this was
Baker. That's Maz's guy.
Maz wanted him.
Yeah,
he wanted him in here.
Let's put up a couple of the tweets that we were going to tease everyone with. Mike Florio and a guy named Mike Balco put up a couple of tweets earlier today. Look at these things. Read them up for you.
Yeah, it says, those familiar with the specific web destination may remember that I've been trying to type this into existence. Mayfield is better than Jared Goff, period. And Mayfield is much better fit for the current vibe that Coach Dan Campbell is trying to create than the California kid who landed in what must feel like bizarro Oz. And I agree with that. Like, Detroit and Goff are oil and water, but...
Okay, that's just him. Now put up Balco's tweet. This is Michael Balco, and they talked about it on Pat McAfee's show as well. He had a rumor going.
Teams that I've heard that are interested in Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield: Seattle, Panthers, Bucks, #Lions.
Yep,
so the Lions were on the list.
But he hit it. He had the Panthers in there, and that's where he went. He went to the Panthers.
Well, everybody's been saying the same teams. Ryan was talking about Seattle way back in February. I've been talking about Carolina since February, March as well. I actually said yesterday to Chris, Woodward Sports Pistons, my bad, that he was going to go to Seattle because at the end of the day with Seattle, Matt Rule is in a win-now situation. Sam Darnold's not your guy. No. Matt Rule's going to be fired after this season. We know that if they don't win. You look at what you have around them. See, when Christian McCaffrey was here playing last, they didn't have Chuba Hubbard. Now that you have Chuba Hubbard, you have a legit backup, which means Christian McCaffrey won't have to shoulder the load by himself. They can split the load. Robbie Anderson, once upon a time, was a 1,000-yard receiver with the New York Jets. And then you look at DJ Moore. DJ Moore can ball. DJ Moore has skill. DJ Moore is one of the best yards after catch wide receivers in the NFL. So you look at it from that standpoint. And then Iquanu, you draft him. Now you have a guy that can protect you on that left side. Right. Baker has enough in front of him on the offensive side to make some plays and show improve. He has more than enough.
On draft night, before they took Matt Corral, they tried to make a deal for Baker Mayfield. It fell through, and they're like, that's it, we're done. That's why they took Corral.
I wonder what the deal was then. I mean, to get him just for a 5th-round pick, like, what the hell were they offering then?
So now they have Corral, Darnold, and Baker. So one of them's going.
Yeah,
obviously it's going to be Sam Darnold.
It's Sam Darnold. You look at it as like just the 5th. Well, at the end of the day, if they didn't give up just that 5th, they would still be stuck with that contract. Like, see, now you're in a situation where Carolina had all the leverage. So Carolina offers the 5th round. It's legitimately about to be the start of training camp. Nobody wants Baker Mayfield.
Right.
So they would just be sitting there with Baker Mayfield. They would have to eat that contract.
But if I'm the Browns, I need Baker Mayfield. I don't know what the hell's happening with Deshaun Watson. No, you don't need Baker Mayfield.
I don't. He's not going to play for you. He refused to play for you. You can't make somebody play for you after you've already said that you moved on. I get that,
but if Baker Mayfield refused to step on the field because of pride, he would hurt his value more than anything.
It's not pride.
It is pride at that point.
It's not pride. They already said, no, we don't want you to be our quarterback. We're trying to move you. We're trying to move you, but we can't move you. Now all of a sudden, because you can't move me, because you drafted somebody else, because you paid somebody else,
you're still cashing the check, right?
What check?
I mean, they were paying. They were going to have to pay him this year, and if they're paying him this year, dude's got to play. Like,
I disagree with you. Like I disagree
really,
with you.
If there was ever a situation where there was a Lions quarterback that was just like, no, I'm opting out, I'm not playing, and then like we needed him and he didn't play, I would lose all times.
But that's not what happened. You got to go. You got to take it back for a stick. You got to go back to last season when he was injured, and they allowed him to play like assholes. Like, your job as a franchise, as a coach, as a GM, you got to take care of your players. You got to even protect them from themselves. They didn't protect him from themselves. He even got more injured, and that's their fault. That's negligence. And so after that, then you say you want to part ties with this guy because he's not a leader. You put out to the masses, he's not a leader. He's a me guy. This is a guy that can't lead your franchise. Oh, by the way, I'm the reason why. You guys are the reason why I'm in the hospital right now, getting surgery, trying to correct my shoulder, and you're trying to get rid of me. Then you pay Deshaun Watson. You bring in Deshaun Watson. You bring in Jacoby Brissett. You've replaced me. Everybody has agreed to move on. But because you didn't do your due diligence, and now it's not happening your way, you want to come back to me and say, hey, can you play for me? F you, with a big middle finger.
you can throw that middle finger up, and I'll be like, hey, you want a paycheck? You're going to get on the field. This is an employer-employee relationship.
You will lose that in court because you were negligent. Now we go to court. I win the argument in court. We can go to court all you want to. Progressive has paid me enough to sit down and wait and take you to court. We will win that
That's
argument.
the commercial I'm waiting for. Baker packing up all his stuff from Cleveland and now moving to Carolina.
They probably will do that. Now,
They should. They should. A moving sale.
Stick. Against what you're saying is the team and him, they were divorced. He wasn't going to be able to play with his teammates and all. That was a divorce.
That's becoming a trending topic around
right.
here.
Now go
Since
back.
I joined the show.
Go back to draft night, and the Panthers were probably saying, the Browns are probably saying to the Panthers, we need you to pay, 75-80% of this contract. That's what probably broke the deal that night.
Or half.
Now the Panthers are only paying $5 million.
Yeah.
To that,
that's what I'm saying.
A
fifth round and $5 million. Even though I didn't want Baker here, to me it's like that almost is kind of worth the risk at this point, right?
Him.
Nobody else wanted him, so at the end of the day, you got to take what you can get. Like if it gets to the point where nobody wants you, now you got to sit there and eat a contract on a guy that you don't want, that's not going to play. You don't want him to play. You're like, shoot, you know what? I'll take this deal. At least we got something.
And they traded him to the NFC.
Yeah.
He's out of their league. He's out of their conference. Although they play week 1. Next up, Jimmy G. Where's he going? Where's he going?
Well, honestly, one of our questions that we had on the prep sheet for later on in the show is Baker Mayfield, Jimmy G, or Jared Goff.
Oh, we still can do that.
I think we still could do it. But now the question's a little more interesting because when Baker could potentially come here, that was going to be the question. Would you want Baker or Goff? And you were a Baker guy, right?
I am.
Me and you were talking earlier. I think we both want to give Goff his due chance.
Out of those
but
two,
are you happy the Lions didn't get Baker Mayfield? If you're in the chat right now, let us know about that.
I don't like him.
The chat doesn't like Baker?
No, Robbie Anderson don't like him either.
Throw up a poll. Throw up a poll real quick. Are you happy the Lions did not get Baker Mayfield? And I'll tell you what, if you want to make a good decision and want to be happy, make sure you go to Lady Jane's and get your hair cut. Braylon, we're going to talk about this. I know you're fired up about this. I got Braylon fired up right now. But Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome. They got that precision cuts. They treat you like a king. You come in, you sit down, you get that scalp rub, that shoulder massage, and the haircut that got you feeling like $1 million. So go on, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Odds Trader.
Odds Trader.
For your best bet, Odds Trader Bet Station is where you need to go. I was on there the other day just kind of poking around, seeing what the site was all about. And I loved it because I could literally track different lines from different sports books around the nation and the world. Yeah, and that's literally what you're doing. You're shopping for the best line. They do all the hard work for you, put it all in one place. So it's a one-stop shop for your best bet line. So for your best bet, make sure you go to oddstrader.com right now or download their app. Welcome back to the bottom line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani all week long. We have Flannel Sam in here. Maz is here. Fletch, and of course, Braylon Edwards. And Braylon, we were talking a little bit about Baker Mayfield, and I brought up about a coach saying, "Hey, you play for me, get your ass back out there." And I don't want to say that hits you in the feels, but that you can relate to that because that happened to you. I don't know if you want to name names or anything, but
names.
But that happened to you, and that's why you're more standing on Baker's side with this, right? Because you've seen it from the player's perspective, where like, hey, if it's F me, it's F you. I'm not getting back on the field and putting my body out there.
Well, not only from that standpoint, when I was with the San Francisco 49ers, you know what I'm saying, I had a knee injury that happened in 2011, and they forced me to come back early, and they didn't worry about what my knee said and how I felt. They worried about what the doctor said. Kind of not the same situation with Baker, but at the same time, they were negligent in the fact that they had me by the brass, so I had to go out there and play, ruin my knee even further, and then I got cut. Same thing with Baker is he gets hurt. He says, I'll tell you guys when I'm ready to play, which as a coach, as an owner, you can't let that happen. But they allowed that to happen. He goes back out there, and he just gets hurt on top of hurt on top of hurt. And then they come out after he's had a bad season, after he's been hurt the whole year, after he re-injured himself, even more so because he was out there on the field. They say, oh, he's not a leader. Now they start talking about some things that are real, but they add that on top of the injury, in which they had a hand in playing. And now you put that out there. Now nobody wants this guy. He's injured. He's hurt. He's not a leader. And then you see all the things. So then he kind of self-destructed himself. So I'm just saying from the standpoint, they had already moved on from Baker Mayfield. Then they bring in Jacoby Brissett. And then they go after Deshaun Watson. They win the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. They make him the highest paid player in NFL history. And then that doesn't seem like it's going to work. So now they're trying to scramble. And if you tell me that, oh, you know what, he should play for them because he's under contract after everything that happened, I stand by saying I disagree because of how they played their hand last year. If they wanted to go to court in a situation like that where they say, hey, he has to play or we get our money, they're going to lose that in court because he'll be able to win for how negligent they were on the field last year.
I was kind of thinking more of like the revenge tour type aspect to it. Like, all right, you doubted me. Yeah. Oh, now you have to come to me? All right, well, I'm going to show you everything you thought about me is going to be wrong. And now I'm the man on the field making.
But the team doesn't like him, like the players don't.
Yeah, why do you think that is, though? Because OBJ is probably the prime example of that, right? When OBJ was there, everybody looked at he was potentially the problem. His dad talking about Baker Mayfield is a problem. He goes to L.A., he does his thing, right? Yeah. We literally turned into almost like the anti-superstar that he was. He played his position. He just did well for the Rams, obviously won a Super Bowl. Why do you think Baker does have that knock then?
Little man complex, man. Like, it's a real deal. The Napoleon complex. He's accomplished a lot of things that he's wanted to in the course of his life. He's a tough guy. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be the main focus. And when Odell Beckham was there, he wasn't the main focus. Like, Odell Beckham's going to be the main focus wherever he goes for the most part. Like, obviously, even in L.A., where they have Matt Stafford, where they have Aaron Donald, OBJ is the guy they talk about the most still, and he's not even playing. That rubbed Baker the wrong way. It ostracized him for some teammates and how he would act, and teammates saw that. And then once you move forward, and the team was probably happy. Like, all the players like, thank God we got rid of Baker. Now we can kind of go about our own because they got a good chemistry in place. They got a good team and players in place. And now you mean to tell me, oh, by the way, you guys are going to have to play with Baker for 6, 7, 8 games. They wouldn't want to play with Baker, so Baker wouldn't even be able to say this is the revenge tour. Because, guys, remember with Willie Beeman?
Oh, yeah.
After Willie Beeman had his success and he was balling, and he said, it's like the invisible juice. I just turn on and I'm gone. And he ostracized himself from his teammates. And then they played that game in the rain, and they wouldn't block for him, and he was getting hit and getting smacked. That's what you would see. You wouldn't see Baker out there looking like Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M. You would see him looking like Willie Beeman in that rain game.
That's what happened against the last game when they let him out there against the Steelers.
Yeah.
They let him get killed.
Football is the ultimate team game. I know D-Mac says it's hockey. I disagree because in football you need every single position. Every single position. If a guy thinks that he's bigger than the team, if a guy feels that he can do it on his own, trust me, your team will let you know that it is about the TEAM, like Bo Schembechler said.
Yeah. All right, sidebar, YouTube chat. Neil Rule's second furnace said, can we go out and get Sam Darnold here with the Lions as our backup at least?
I'd take that.
I would love it.
I wouldn't mind that.
But, I've already discussed this. We will not get a backup quarterback here because they won't allow it to distract.
Yeah, but
from
a Sam
Jared Goff.
Darnold,
Something
I don't
about
think
Sam
is really a
Darnold.
distraction. He's not the guy that's going to be like, we're all dying to see Sam Darnold. And before we continue this conversation, everybody that's watching on Twitter right now, we're going to shut this down. Head your ass over to YouTube, and everybody that's on YouTube right now, thank you guys so much for being a part of the conversation. But when Sam Darnold comes into town, it's not like he's going to be the big swinging dong here, you know? Like, it's Sam Darnold. Okay, if Goff gets hurt, now we know we have a reliable backup. I don't think anybody's going to be like, that's our starter.
I agree with you. It's something about a Mitchell Trubisky that if he comes here, I will see people clamoring for him.
Yeah,
It's
because he
something
beat our ass when he was with the Bears.
This is very
for
true.
some reason.
And he'd beat us again if he was here.
And I just think there's certain players that, you know our backups, but you could clamor for. You could say, hey, you know what, man, the hell with this Jared Goff. He's struggling through week 2. Let's put on such and such in. Something about Sam Darnold, you're just like, I mean, I'm happy he's there. I don't want him in. But if he goes in, you're like, all right, well, at least we got a quarterback that won the first round. I agree with you.
Because you're already looking at him. He's an improvement over Blau. He's an improvement over the backups we have.
Yes.
But he's not anybody that we'd put in the conversation with Goff. So, like, he's the safe play.
Blau and Boyle.
Yeah.
So
The
even though
killer
we didn't
bees.
get Baker Mayfield, we still might be doing dealings around the Baker Mayfield
Let's
situation
go.
because we may end up with Sam Darnold.
Well, don't forget the Panthers got Darnold. I have to remind everyone, they had to give up 3 picks to get him, a 2, 4, and a 5. And they only give up a 5 to get Baker.
It's just different. It's different parts of the season. When they got Sam Darnold, it's right after the season where you don't know what someone else is going to get for him. You need a prototypical quarterback.
And he's on that rookie deal.
You need a number 1. He's on the rookie deal. You're like, you know what? I can make this move. With Baker Mayfield, it's at the end of the road. It's almost training camp, and he has nowhere to go. So now you're like, oh, we can, in the words of Maz, we can fleece this deal. Hey, you take this 5th, we'll pay him 5, and we'll get him out of your hair. But at the same time, everybody won on that side, I think.
And it shows a lot out of Baker Mayfield, too. That's like, you know what, I'm going to pay $3.5 million to leave, too. Like, I want the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Paying to leave is crazy to me. But, hey, do what you got to do. Go get some playing time, earn your starter reps, and, who knows? We may be talking about him as comeback player of the year. I don't see it. Maz sees it, though.
But that's what I was talking about, like, in April, in March, in May, after the draft. I was telling Maz, I said, and even Flannel Sam and I were talking about this, what you want to see from Baker Mayfield is you want to see him have that conversation in the mirror with himself. You want to see him look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what, look, there's some things I did in Cleveland that were wrong. There were some things I got to get better at. You know what I'm saying? I got to be better of a leader. I got to be more communicative with my team. I got to be cooler with my team. It's not necessarily just about me. Also, my arm isn't as big as I think it is. I don't run the 40 that I thought I did.
Right.
I'm not as tall as I think I am. And
My hands aren't as big as it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have these conversations. Like, once you admit who you are, then you can move forward and have success. Him giving up that 3.5, I think that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, it shows that he's about the team, too, right?
Yeah.
Not only just about himself. I'm willing to sacrifice to get to somewhere where I think I can help them win.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see what he does for the Panthers this year. But as long as he's not lying, I'm a happy man.
That NFC South all of a sudden is a better division. I mean, it was the Bucks alone. Now,
What about New Orleans?
Now the Panthers. That's why I wanted to bring up
Oh, yeah.
the New Orleans Saints. Now Jameis Winston's there, but there's another guy that we haven't talked about in a while, and you haven't heard his name in a while.
Because he retired.
Yeah, he had a job in TV.
Wasn't good at it.
He don't have that job anymore, and he's feeling a lot better now. I'm hearing, and his name is Drew Brees.
Come on. There is
No, I'm
no
not
way
saying-
in hell
Hey.
Drew Brees is coming back to the NFL.
I'm telling you, that team can compete for that division if
Hey.
they get Drew Brees back, a healthy Drew Brees.
I mean, well, he's only set out past over 365 days, so health is definitely the
you
wealth
guys
that he
both
has
think
right
Drew
now.
Brees would come back?
A healthy Drew Brees.
I think he
yes.
could. I think he
Without Sean Payton calling the shots in New Orleans. That's what can, like, that. He was attached at the hip. Do you think he's really going to come in and try to work under a new coach?
Well, Dennis Allen was there while Sean Payton was there.
I mean, we can come back and talk about it after a message, a station identification.
Yeah,
but
all right,
I would love to
station
talk
let's
about
have
it,
this
though.
Drew Brees, because there is no way in hell Drew Brees is coming back to the NFL. But Maz, tell us about where you go get tan, baby.
Well, that's where Drew Brees goes. Did you know that?
I did not.
He goes to Chili Peppers Tanning. That's right. And if you join the Pepper Club, they're going to beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning and more. Make sure you check out the ladies of Chili Peppers Tanning. They've got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way. One right down the street here on Woodward. Check them out at chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
It's big boy time. Yes, it is. It's always big boy time, and it's the ciabatta summer salad time. It's the hand dip shakes at Big Boy. Come on out for ciabatta summers at Big Boy. Try the chicken club and the chicken cordon bleu. How about that? The sunrise ham and cheddar, all on grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with the Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, and Greek salad. Or don't forget to cool it off with the nice hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. Or for me, you know, the good old-fashioned chocolate shake that I like to drink in between commercial breaks. You heard it here first. Summer just got better at Big Boy. For more information, check them out at bigboy.com.
Welcome back to the bottom line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. This is the Woodward Sports Network. That is Braylon Edwards. Maz was just telling you all about Big Boy. We got Flannel Sam in here. Fletch, shout out to everybody that's listening on the Roar right now, and everybody that is a part of the YouTube chat. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, and make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube right now. So we brought up Drew Brees.
Yep.
Both, you honestly think Drew Brees is willing to come back and play for any NFL team?
No.
Not any.
Just the Saints.
The Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints. Here's why. I don't know how you can sit there and ask us that question when you see what greats tend to do in the sport of NFL, especially just in recent years, just in the last 4 years. I'm going to throw some names out there.
Let's hear them.
Well, actually, I'm going to start off. I throw some names out there, and then we'll get to Drew. I'm going to tell you what these guys have in common. All right. Tom Brady. Retired and came back. Okay. Marshawn Lynch retired and came back. Randy Moss retired, came back 3 years later. Gronk retired and came back.
And will do again.
Deion Sanders retired and came back. Brett Favre retired and came back. Reggie White retired and came back. What do all those guys have in common? They either are in or going to be in the what? Hall of Fame.
Okay.
What happens is, when you don't go out the way you want to, when it doesn't end the way you want to, that competitive nature and juices are still flowing, because a lot of the guys that you've been competing with are still in the league. A lot of the guys that you've been going stat for stat to see who's going to be the best, i.e. Tom Brady, Drew Brees. You don't think Drew Brees watched Tom Brady win that Super Bowl and was like, God dang. You don't think Drew Brees watched Tom Brady throw for 5,400 yards last year, 40 touchdowns, and said, damn, I still can do that. You don't think he's looking at those 2,900 yards he threw for and 24 touchdowns, which were career lows, but because of injury, and he's not like, you know what, Chris Olave, damn, he's pretty good. Landry, Juice, he's pretty good. Mike Thomas is ready to play again. He's pretty good.
Okay, these are all fair points.
Still there. You don't think he's thinking like, you know what? I can give it one more go so I can end on my terms.
See, and usually I'm the eternal optimist on this stage, and when we're talking about any sports, especially Detroit sports.
That must be the optimistic seat.
That must be the optimistic seat. But we're talking about Drew Brees. You're saying, okay, he can come back and end the way he wants. You know, sometimes it ends worse than when you initially left.
Yeah.
So coming back to a situation where when he was in his last year, I don't remember him even throwing the ball more than 15 yards down the field.
Injuries.
Lots of injuries, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're hoping at an older age he got better. When Tom Brady retired, it had nothing to do with injuries. It was he wanted to change teams. Like he was just playing the system similar to when Brett Favre retired. He just wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
Gronk, you could tie to Tom Brady. Wherever Brady's going, Gronk is going to fake a retirement and pop up there. But yeah, no, I cannot see a world where Drew Brees comes back and plays better than he had for his entire career. The only thing I see him doing is hurting his leg. He's going to be Jordan playing for the Wizards if he comes back.
Well, last time I checked, Jordan scored 51 when he was playing for the Wizards. But if you go back to what Drew Brees did, Drew Brees had...
Fat Jordan wasn't Bulls Jordan, though.
He scored 51. And no one said that Drew Brees is going to have a better career. No, we know that. But Drew Brees is much better than he showed his 2 years ago, his final season, for that 29, 42, and 24 touchdowns. He's much better than that. You add injuries on top of that. They have weapons at the wide receiver position. They have offensive linemen that they drafted and that they still have. And also, great individuals don't like taking L's. And Drew is taking 2 L's in a row. His last season was an L, and his 1 year with NBC was horribly horrible. Totally horrible is what I meant to say. I missed
Horribly
the word
horrible,
together.
still good.
It sounded like that word I just made. It was horrible. So now if I'm Drew
great
Brees,
phrase.
it's horrible.
Horribly horrible. That's awesome.
Like
Horrible.
if I'm Drew Brees,
Horrible.
I'm just used to winning.
Right.
And I'm sitting back, and I got my kids, and we're outside playing catch, and I'm just thinking back to my last 2 years. They have not been good. They have not made me feel like all the work that I put in, this is what is supposed to happen. Like, this is not how it's supposed to end. I'm not supposed to take an L doing something I didn't want to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
And now I took an L on the football field 2 years prior to that. This is all just hypothetical.
But like my old teacher used to tell me, well, Mr. Day, sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Not 2 times,
you know what?
not 2 years in a row.
The majority of players in professional sports don't go out the way they want to go
Phil
out.
Rivers came back and went to the playoffs too. Forgot about that. That happened recently.
Yeah. He got called back because of injury. He didn't come. Like he did come back.
And he went.
He did. Yes, he did go.
And went to the playoffs.
And I could potentially see that scenario. We're in week 7 and something happens and they need him and he comes back maybe.
It would have to
but I
happen
do
before
not
the
see
end.
him leading the charge, coming back and wanting to take control of this team. There's just you saw his kids. Like he's moved on. He's that dad life now.
If he can't throw anymore, he's not going to come back.
Yeah.
If he could throw, you could damn well believe that he will come back and try to win with that team. That team is ready to win. They can win. You want to put Jameis Winston in charge of that team?
Cameron Jordan.
Do you? I know. I like Jameis Winston a little. But do you really want to put him in charge of that team? Or do you want, if you had a chance to take a healthy Drew Brees that now is healthy and his arm strength is a little bit better than it was his last year, I'd rather go with that.
Has there ever been a player that has sat out a full season and come back and been better?
I don't know. I'd have to think
You
back.
should set out a full season and better than when they left.
Yeah. I can't. I mean,
Probably
we
not.
should be able to think of one off the top of our head.
Well,
right?
Gronk's season was better than with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers than it was with the Patriots the year before. If you want to go that route.
But he didn't sit out the full calendar year, did he? No, he came back.
Yeah, but he's not a quarterback.
Right.
We're talking about quarterbacks.
I don't know. It's going to be
Michael
interesting
Vick?
if Breeze could come back.
Yeah, Michael Vick.
Well, Vic did come back, and it took
Very
him a
good.
while to get adjusted. But that's
there's
an example, I guess.
Hey,
He was
man,
younger,
there's
by the way.
That's hey, no,
There's
it's
always
fair.
one.
He was younger.
But Drew Brees knows the game. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Drew Brees knows the game. He's the same age as Tom Brady. Knows the game. Knows how to play the game. They have Alvin Kamara, who we didn't mention. They have Alvin Kamara in the backfield. It's a ton of things that you can do with Drew Brees. Drew Brees isn't required to scramble for his life. He's not going to be
They
required.
got Taysom Hill too. He's going to be in 2-3 plays.
Was he on contract for? And
Right.
I seen 3
He's got
touchdowns.
he gets a ton of money.
Yeah,
and he gets a ton of action.
Yeah, I don't know. Taysom Hill's got naked pictures on somebody. I have no idea
On
how that
God.
dude gets paid like
On
he
God,
does.
he does.
It's amazing.
I agree.
It's amazing. He was like Sean Payton is the only person in the world that saw talent in Taysom Hill and cashed him out for it. So let that
beat
be a
Tom
life
Brady.
lesson. All you need is one person to believe in you.
He
That's
beat
it.
Tom Brady.
Jesus.
He beat Tom Brady.
Jesus. All right. Well, we'll see if Drew Brees comes back. I can't see it happening. Maz, you think it could happen?
I
Braylon?
would like it to happen.
You would like it to happen?
How's that?
Huh?
I
That's
just
fair.
simply said, in the world that we live in and now, we see so many people come back. I said I could see it happen. Now, do I really think it's going to happen? No. But I can see it happening is what I said.
All right. Well, something that came out, and I sent it to us as a group chat last night. Sports Illustrated ranked the top 5 wide receivers in the NFC North. And I was kind of shocked by this list, and for multiple reasons. One, who was on it,
Right.
and two, just how bad the wide receivers in the NFC North are if this list is accurate. And we're going to talk about that next right here on The Bottom Line on Woodward Sports. But first, tell them about Cintron.
Well, let me tell you about the summer of Cintron. It's here. And now Cintron is available at Kroger. Select Kroger's. Go to CintronWorld.com. Find out where these Krogers are. Because I guarantee you there's a Kroger near you, and you can pick up this amazing energy drink that is Cintron. It has the Cintron crown all over. Proud partners with the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Pistons, and the Detroit Red Wings. They now provide you cranberry, the classic sugar-free, as well as the classic in itself. Check it out, man. 2 for $4. I have it all the time. It is amazing. Gets me up in the morning. Go check it out, man. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Cintron?
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Welcome back to The Bottom Line on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani today. We got Braylon Edwards up here, Maz Fletch over there sipping his Coca-Cola, and of course, the one, the only, Flannel Sam. So this list came out from Sports Illustrated, and I sent it to the group last night. I thought it was an interesting list. It says the top 5 wide receivers in the NFC North. Yeah. And 2 rookies made the list.
Yep.
A second-year wide receiver made 2 second-year wide receivers made the list.
Yes.
And then Justin Jefferson, who I think we can all agree that's where this list should begin, is number 1, Justin Jefferson. We could check that off. He's the best wide receiver in the entire NFC North, correct?
He arguably could be the best receiver in the NFL. So, yes, he's definitely NFC North. He's number 1.
Yeah. Maz, any disputes over Justin Jefferson being the number 1?
Not even close.
We should go back. Well, yeah, that's fine.
I just wanted to clear that one out of the way,
Yeah.
and then we'll go back. But Flannel Sam, you usually sometimes have some interesting takes. Justin Jefferson, not a good wide receiver in your book?
Oh, no, he's the number 1 in the NFC North by a country mile.
Okay, country mile, damn. All right. Well, then let's do the reverse from here, right? So we'll go 5 to 1. You already know what number 1 is. That's because it was a given. It was a layup. We could just establish that and throw it away. Number 5 on this list already sparked a debate.
Right.
And it's interesting. Romeo Doubs, or Dobbs, I believe it's Doubs. He's from Nevada. He's a rookie wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. They drafted him in the 4th round this year. And what's interesting about this is they took Christian Watson, I believe, in the 1st round this year, correct?
Yeah, they traded up to get him, I think.
They traded up to get a wide receiver, but he's not on this list. Their second wide receiver is on this list. Braylon, how do you feel about that?
To me, I mean, I understand it, you know what I'm saying, in terms of what they were seeing, but no. They were looking at it from the standpoint of Dobbs' his performance. In his 4 years, the stats that he had, they were looking at what he did versus Christian Watson's a guy that is barely still an unknown. He's trying to find his footing, so I guess they looked at it from that regard. And I get that, and that's cool. But I look at it like this. They're both going to be playing with Aaron Rodgers. Romeo Doubs is going to be your Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb at no point was anybody's number 1 wide receiver, but he was a damn good wide receiver. He's a damn good number 2, and he was for a couple different teams. Your number 1 guy was Devontae Adams. That's what you're going to get out of Christian Watson. Christian Watson is the guy they're looking to be their number 1 guy, and you have Aaron Rodgers, who's going to make it that much easier to help him get to that number 1 spot. So I don't think that Dobbs should be over Christian Watson on this list. In fact, I don't think either one of them should be in the top 5. I think that they should be 6 and 7. They should be on the outside. But if you're going to have lift, I understand why Dobbs is ahead of Christian Watson, because he has 4 years of playing wide receiver at a school that we know passes the ball in Nevada. We've known a lot of guys to go there and have success, so I understand why they did that. but they shouldn't be on the top 5.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Christian Watson. You're going off potential, right?
Yeah.
His ceiling is much higher than Dobbs or Dubes coming straight out.
Yeah.
But this guy coming straight out, he's 6'2". He runs a good 40. He runs good routes. He's a solid wide receiver. He's a kind of plug-and-play guy in the offense who's going to show instantaneous numbers just ripping off the season. Maz, what you looking at over there?
No, I was looking at what the next commercial was.
Oh,
to be perfectly
okay.
honest with you.
That's funny. He caught me off guard, too. You look at his junior year, Romeo Dobbs had 43 catches, I believe, just for under 1,000 or just over 1,000. And then his senior year, he had 80 catches, but for 1,100 yards. So there were 37 more catches, but there were only 100 more yards of production. So that has me cause for concern as well. But like I said, these guys should be at 6 and 7, and you can rotate them how you want to.
Okay.
Here's the kicker on that. Nevada, right?
Yeah.
That was the quarterback I wanted the Lions to take a free agent shot at, Carson Strong. I think the Eagles grabbed him, if I'm not mistaken,
They did.
as an unrestricted free agent. Big old Carson Strong. So he's the guy that got the ball to Dobbs or Dubes or whatever you want to call him.
All right, let's move on to number 4 on this list, because then there's also a couple Lions on this list that I want to get to. Number 4, Darnell Mooney, who was pretty much the only wide receiver on the Bears last year. Allen Robinson left. He's gone now. The Bears are what they are. Mooney, to your point earlier, that was the only time you really saw their young quarterback come alive, when he was throwing to him. How do you think Mooney's going to do coming out this year?
Darnell Mooney's a stud. Like, Darnell Mooney can run every route in the book. He does extremely well with the sideline routes, which you keep the chains going, you extend the chains, and as a young quarterback, it's easier to keep the ball away from the defense by throwing those deep outs, those deep comebacks as well. Good speed. He gets the ball. He gets down the field. Plays in all the positions as well. You see him in slot. You see him on the outside. You see him right to left. Guy that can play. And like you said, that's the only time I saw Justin Fields look like the Justin Fields from Ohio State, was he was throwing the ball to Darnell Mooney. Looked like they have some chemistry. Looked like they're going to have something coming forward or going forward in this season. I like their chemistry. I like what they're going to be able to do, and I like Darnell Mooney. I think I had him on my list. I had him 4, actually.
You had him at 4?
I had him 4. Number 5, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, okay. Well, that leads us right on in, because
yeah.
that's who Sports Illustrated has number 3 in the entire NFC North. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the number 3 wide receiver. Obviously, no drops last year, ton of targets near the end of the season, reliable, can pretty much run the ball as well as hit the slot position. They had him playing the one position every once in a while, too.
Yeah.
The guy's versatile. Amon-Ra St. Brown should definitely be on the top 5 list, but as a second-year player already listed at number 3, this is when I was like, oh, man, there aren't that many great wide receivers in the NFC North, is there?
No, there aren't.
And that's not a knock on Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No,
I don't mean to
no.
knock him like that. I'm just saying, damn, if Amon-Ra St. Brown came in 1 year, unexpected production, he's already the 3rd best wide receiver, there's some issues.
Yeah, I had him listed at number 5, and the reason I have him listed at number 5 is because I take Darnell Mooney and what I saw last year over him. Darnell Mooney has got to play outside a little bit more. I got a chance to see in and out, but mostly outside, which means the number 1, number 2 dominant type guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown has hands. He will not drop anything. I love that. But he played more in the slot. Yeah, he played more in the slot. He's a guy that he's just a guy that I'm waiting for the number 1 wide receiver to come along so he can really be that
shine.
too. And then he can really shine, etc. So I can't put him above Darnell Mooney, but I like him at 5. I think 3 is an interesting spot. I actually had a guy on this list. I can't believe he's not on this list. I had Adam Thielen at 3.
Yeah, I was shocked that Thielen wasn't on this list as well.
I can see why they don't have it. If you look at Adam Thielen's production over the last couple of years, it's been falling off and dropping off at an exponential rate. The last time he had over 1,000 yards was, I think he had 1,200. That was 3 seasons ago. I think Stephon Diggs was still there. I think that was the last time Stephon Diggs was there. Last year, he only had 700. The year before that, he had 885 or 935, one of the two. The production is starting to come up, and you're wondering, is Adam Thielen still the guy? Is Adam Thielen still able to run those routes? Does he still have those speeds, have those little injuries, those nicks and knacks, and getting beat up? NFC North is a physical division. Whether you're playing outside in Chicago in December or Lambeau Field, some good defenses out here, man. So you wonder if those knickknacks start to catch up with him and they're taking his game into a declination position. So I wonder, but based off what I've seen when he's at his top, I still got to have him at 3 on this list.
He's definitely taken a beating over the past 3 years. There's no question about it. But there was no better possession receiver. You know, if you wanted a touchdown or a first down, you know, you went to Adam Thielen. But he's not the same guy anymore. He just isn't.
Seems like I'm over here eating ice, man. Apologies. It's so good when you eat ice, man. But it seems like he took all those big plays to take the big hits, like you said. When Stephon Diggs was there, they used him on the go routes. They used him on the comeback routes. They used him on the slants. They used him on a lot of routes that protect you from the big hit, that allow you on the underneath routes, allow you to get to the sideline. Seemed like Thielen was a guy doing the big crossing routes to get beat up and catch the first down. Seemed like he was doing the big post in cover 2 where they throwing the little hole shots to get you hit. So it seems like a lot of those things are starting to catch up. Meanwhile, Stephon Diggs he's still fast as ever in Buffalo.
I got to ask you, going back to Amon-Ra St. Brown, how much of a benefit was there for him that there really wasn't a top-end wide receiver last year? Do you think that kind of fluffed his numbers up a little bit with like Josh Reynolds getting there late and stuff like that? Or do you think those are actual numbers that he's going to be able to produce year in and year out?
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
I think it's a bit of both. You look and you see Josh Reynolds got there late. Quintez Cephas was hurt. Khalif Raymond is a guy that they weren't going to give the ball to like that. So it allowed him to play more than he probably would have if they had a guy last year like DJ Chark, if they had a guy like Jameson Williams that's already on the team. He wouldn't have been able to do that. But with that said, you still got to make plays when you're put in that position. You still got to know the offense. You still got to be dependable and accountable. And he was that, and he didn't drop passes. So that's why I say I think it's a mixture of both. I think he is that good, but I think it also helped him that he was able to get in there early before anybody got there.
Well, you brought the name up, and that is who is number 2 on this list without ever taking an NFL snap. We don't know how he's healed, but Sports Illustrated has Jameson Williams as the number 2 wide receiver in the NFC North, citing that the Lions have never had a wide receiver of this caliber, is what they said in the article, which, you know, Megatron, but they were more talking about his speed and his ability to break down and take the top off of the defense. They said, we've never seen anything like this in Detroit.
So I'll start with why he's ranked over Amon-Ra St. Brown and these other guys. I think it's rightfully so. It's deservingly so. If you look at the SEC, first of all, if you look at wide receivers in the SEC, if you look at wide receivers in kids now anyway, they're starting at 8 years old. Maz showed you guys a video 2 weeks of an 8-year-old on the treadmill with his father, getting after, just running, 8 years old. You're seeing these guys, they're breaking down film at 12, at 13.
It's different.
They're understanding how to run around cones and get in and out of routes and do cone drills and rope drills and ladder drills. So when they get to SEC, which is like playing in the NFL anyway, especially if it's Alabama and Georgia, I mean, that's an NFL game at the end of the day. Look at what Jalen Waddle did last year. He goes down to the Miami Dolphins. He's a rookie. What does he do? 1,100 yards. Look at what Justin Jefferson did his rookie year with the Minnesota Vikings. 1,400 yards. Guess who broke his record the following year, last year? Oh, Jamar Chase, another SEC guy. And this guy was better than all 3 of them. If you look at what the SEC does, just those 2 schools or just those 3 schools, those guys are ready as soon as they step on the field. I think looking at it from that point of view, he's ready right now. And the reason why he's ranked above Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was ranked above Amon-Ra St. Brown a year and a half ago. When they both were in college.
That's
so
fair.
what changed?
That's true.
So you got to look from that way.
His injury.
Now, that doesn't change anything. I actually was a better wideout after my ACL. I actually scored 16 touchdowns the year after that. If you want to go to why they had him better than Calvin, it's because Calvin had a handicap that – it's not a handicap, but it's a handicap. Calvin's 6'5.5". So it takes a lot longer for a 6'5.5" guy to break down in a route. Like if Calvin's running a comeback, it's going to take him a little longer to break down that comeback, which allows the defensive back a little more time to come into Calvin, to get to that ball. Now, he's still ain't going to get there, but it takes a little longer. Man, Jameson Williams, when he breaks down, it's in and out. It's in and out.
God, I can't wait for this.
And he's just as fast as Calvin was, if not faster. So when you look at it from that point of view, this guy could be something special, but I'm not going to go that far yet because Calvin is 10 years in the Hall of Fame. So
it's tough to say anything bad about Calvin Johnson, but no, that is the top 5 wide receivers. Running it back for you at number 5, Romeo Doubs. Number 4, Darnell Mooney. Number 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Number 2, Jameson Williams. Number 1, Justin Jefferson. And I just love that the Tigers just scored 2. Yeah, the Tigers just scored 2. Miggy knocked in 2. But I just love that the Lions have 2 people on this list. 2 of the top 5. 40% of the top 5 is playing for the Detroit Lions.
The funniest thing about that is Quintez Cephas could be on this list too.
I love it. DJ Chark? Chark could be on this list
as
well.
Guy.
He is.
It's a Pro Bowl guy.
Yeah.
You know what? DJ Chark, I guess he's coming off, speaking of injuries, so I guess maybe that's what deterred them. I don't know.
Well, there we go. So that is the top 5 list of NFC wide receivers. Tigers just went up 4-2 over the Guardians. 5-2 now. And that means the Guardians are not like Guardian Alarm. They are not telling the Tigers to stay out of home. They are letting them in the home, and we appreciate that. Thank you, Guardians. But Guardian Alarm, completely different story. All you got to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT, and they will keep people out of your house that you do not want there. 24-hour surveillance. And if you call right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you, they're going to give you a free surveillance items. I believe it's the doorbell that records when anybody comes on your porch. So there you go. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT right now. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Go, Meek.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Football's hot. You can.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports. My name is Stick. Filling in for Ryan Armani today on the bottom line with the man, the myth, the legend, Braylon Edwards.
What's up?
We have Flannel Sam, we have Maz, and we have Fletch. I feel like every time we do this, I look over, Fletch is taking a sip of his drink. Fletch is thirsty today, man. He's thirsty over there, Fletch. Let's get into a little bit of Tigers talk. I know we want to get back to some football stuff, but, you know, Tigers just took a 5-2 lead over the Guardians, and they've been playing pretty damn well since Riley Greene got called up. I mean, you look at it, and what are they? They got a winning record. They're 9-7.
They'll be 10-7. Knock wood.
Yeah, if they win this game, they'll be 10-7. He's reached base 15 of his first 16 games. What are you thinking about Riley Greene? And do you think this one dude has kind of changed the season for the Tigers?
I think he's provided some energy. I definitely think he's provided a spark. You know, you look at when he's in the batter's box, he looks very comfortable. He can hit the curve, he can hit the changeup, he can hit off-speed pitches as well as fastballs. He's been really good at fielding the ball as well. He's brought that spark, and I think you're seeing people gravitate to that spark. I think Miggy's been the most consistent player on our team. In fact, I know Miggy's been the most consistent all year. But when you get a spark, when you get a guy doing something, and that's what we talked about the last couple of weeks, is when everyone sucks at the same time, it's hard. Like when everybody's bad at the same time, like you're looking for somebody to be the one that you can pull on, that you can count on. And when it's not going, like everybody's reaching that bad players, you bring in Riley Greene, and he's starting to see some stuff. They're talking about moving Spencer Torkelson, where people are asking to move him down, and maybe it'll be working. You see what Akil Badu is doing down in Toledo. He's hitting really well out there. He's thinking about bringing him up. And they talk about Torque. But Torque is very consistent in the pitches that he's swinging at. He doesn't like he's being overexerted. It doesn't look like he's, that's what I'm looking for. It doesn't look like it's too much for him, the Big Show. It looks like he hasn't gotten it yet.
He'll get the timing down.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's too much. It's just like it's not yet, but it's not too much. Looks like Javi Baez is still inconsistent. I mean, he just got a hit and got in the game.
He's playing much better now.
Well, he's
not swinging with his eyes closed.
The last 5 games he's been bad, but then a week and a half ago he was good. So he's still very inconsistent, but it takes time to get chemistry. A lot of young guys on his team, some new guys on his team. It takes chemistry. I mean,
Meadows is coming back.
Yeah, there we go. And shout out to Ryan Lentz for rocking an Austin Meadows jersey in the back today. But yeah, we
Greene
talked
got
about
a hit today, by the way. So 16 of his first 17 games.
And that leads me to question when we had Len Henning on. He said this is the best homegrown prospect that the Tigers have had since Al Kaline.
There you go.
Do you think he's living up to the hype?
So far, so good, man. Absolutely. The kid looks like he belongs.
Yeah.
And if he was here since day one, I really believe that they would not be 15 or 16 games under 500, whatever they are right now.
Where do you think they would be if Riley Greene had started the season up here game
Maybe
one?
5-6 games under 500?
Hold on, start with a better question. If Riley Greene doesn't go anywhere, then you don't make the move for Austin Meadows, then you still have Esau Paredes. Is that fair to say?
Ooh, the trickle-down effect is getting nasty.
Because soon as Riley Greene got hurt, what did they do?
They had to get an
outfielder. They
panicked. Right. And they panicked. They went. They gave up Esau Paredes. They pulled in Austin Meadows. They still have Esau Paredes, your guy, if Riley Greene doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, but you know what? He might not be the same guy that he is in Tampa.
Listening to an interview yesterday, AJ Hinch talked about it. He talked about, because it's first question people want to ask, Esau Paredes, Austin Meadows, what's going on? He said that they do a very good job of bringing out talent in individuals down there in Tampa. He said, however they did it, they pulled something out of him that we couldn't get. They said because not any time in his minor league career, as well as his time with the Tigers, did he hit with the type of power that he's hitting with right now. Said last year when he was hitting bombs, they were going to the warning track. When he was giving all he had, and they weren't pulling left. He's now pulling left. So whatever they do down there in Tampa, they're the best at developing talent in the MLB.
Let's
Is that
hire
fair
them.
to say?
Can we hire them?
It's also a lot easier to hit a home run where he's playing
But
in
he's hitting
Tampa
them everywhere.
than at Comerica National Park.
Sure.
I mean, it's not that easy to hit a home run at Comerica National Park.
But you think the Tigers would be roughly about 5 under 500 at this point if Riley Greene was playing? What about you, Braylon? Do you think that would have affected the whole season the way that's played out over this, 17 games?
I think it would have, because what happened, if you remember correctly, the pitching was good for the Tigers.
Really damn good.
It was damn good.
Yeah.
Scope was our all-star. Not Scope, but Scooble. Scooble was our all-star at one point, and it wasn't Miggy. I always thought it was Miggy, but it was Scooble. And you look at what Alex Faedo was pitching and how he was doing. The bullpen, all that was good early. If you add Riley Greene and you add some good hitting out the gate, somebody that you could pull some energy from, a lot of those losses could have been wins. And I think you're floating with 500 if we could have had Riley Greene and that spark that he had early on in the season to go with that pitch.
Eduardo Rodriguez disappears. Yeah. He had marital problems, and now he is just AWOL, basically. The team hasn't talked to him. He doesn't talk to them. And the press talked to Al Avila today. They're like, what's up with him? He's like, well, we really can't say anything. It's, they asked about the contract. Are you trying to avoid the contract? They're like, well, we can't speak because of legalities. And I've never heard of such a thing, of a player just disappearing from a team and a team not speaking of him. This guy was their #1 signing, and he's long gone.
Did Al Avila have sex with his wife or something?
I have no idea.
Like, what's going on? Like, something, because things like this just don't happen. Like, it's not just like, all right, cool.
It happens here in Detroit, though.
I was just about to say
that. Prince Fielder, we know what happened there. I mean, come on. Obviously, El Garcia was, doing his thing. Flannel Sam, what about you? Where do you think the Tigers would be sitting right now if Riley Greene played the whole season?
So it all depends on if he started the season with the level of play he's at now. If he did, I could see them being 5 games under 500 because Riley Greene, let's call a spade a spade. He is the best position player the Tigers have right now. What does that say about the rest of the team? Nothing good, but still. I like the fact that he actually takes a walk. He gets on base. He has as many walks as strikeouts. I'm about to say something.
Uh-oh. Think about it.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Hot takes coming.
Think about it.
I could see Riley Greene taking the Juan Soto trajectory. I think that is his greatest comp, a left-handed power hitter who can take a walk.
He's the second
like
highest
nobody
paid,
else.
Second highest paid player of all time right now. Juan Soto is.
Hey, but Riley Greene, I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially with that on-base percentage. It leads the team. He actually takes walks, and that is a big deal in baseball. If you're getting on base, what are you not doing? Getting out.
He has more walks than Baez already, and Baez played the whole season.
The whole damn
That's
season.
unbelievable.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on that guy. The one thing I do like about the Tigers, let's give them, since they're winning, let's give them
Al Avila for president.
No, I ain't going that far. He still can be ousted. But I'll give them a compoundment of flowers. They play amazing defense. Right now, Jonathan Scope.
That's AJ Hinch.
It's #1 in the MLB in terms of errors saved. He's #1. Torkelson's #3.
Nice.
In errors saved, there's a little stat I picked up, man. You know what I'm saying? A little
I
something
like
I picked
that.
up. But they're 1 and 3 in the whole MLB, not just position, in the whole MLB at errors saved. Says a lot. Javi Baez, he can't hit the ball, but he plays amazing field position. So the fact that they can play that defense, start mixing that in, and that's why I say you asked that question. They could have got some bats early on. If you bring in Riley Greene, that energy right there, with the defense they were playing, could have spelled something great.
Oh, damn you, Birmingham.
I'm telling you,
You were in such a good thought, and then the chick strolls right by, and
hey, man.
there it goes.
Well, Lululemon's around the corner, so you know how that goes.
Yeah, it's a little too rich for my blood, but you know what? I enjoy looking. That's
Doesn't cost
for sure.
anything to look.
Yeah, I do enjoy window shopping.
Stay out!
Stay out. No. Why don't we tell a little bit about Gypsy?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's that time.
Gypsy. Not only do they have one of the best vodkas in the country, the vodka that I drink all the time when I'm at the house, just relaxing, being responsible. Gypsy vodka, corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. They have done one better. They have added that beautifully created vodka from Petoskey, Michigan. Adam and Mike have added that to the Mulligan. Introducing the Mulligan by Gypsy Vodka. 8% alcohol, seltzer, mango, lemonade, and vodka. 3 of the flavors, mango, lemonade, and iced tea with the vodka. Amazing. Support Michigan distillers. Pick it up now. Try it out on the golf course. You don't have to be there. You can be at the house chilling out with the wife, cooking it up with the kids in the backyard, a little barbecue.
So good.
Get the Mulligan, man. By Gypsy. Drink responsibly.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani. He is on vacation the rest of the week. Braylon Edwards is here doing his damn thing.
Trying to.
Flannel Sam about to get involved in this next segment. Maz has got a big smile on his face over there. I feel like Maz loves like board games, card games. Anytime you throw the word game in there, Maz gets excited. Love games.
Who don't love games?
I don't know, Maz. I just don't know anybody who loves them like you do. The smile you get is like a kid on Christmas. Like
Alaville likes games. He likes playing them at least.
Yeah, you don't like to win them. And then, of course, we have Fletch in the building. So, Braylon, why don't you explain this game that has Maz over there giddy in his seat?
Braylon brought this up to me the other day, and I just thought it was fun. We can play a different one. We can play a different version of this.
You can.
Once a week.
This is very true. So a couple of my homeboys from Michigan, man, we play this movie game where you basically say a movie title, and then the next person has to say another movie title that one of the actors or actresses in that movie was in. Prime example, I look to my man Stick. If I start when I say Top Gun, Stick in turn says
Mission Impossible.
He says Mission Impossible because Tom Cruise was in both of those movies. It doesn't have to be Tom Cruise, but it has to be those movies. And you just keep going until somebody stutters for around 3 seconds. Now it gets to 5 seconds sometimes if you're being nice, but the last person standing wins the game.
Is this normally a drinking game?
Yeah, we're usually drinking when we play.
All right, good. Okay.
Can we use YouTube as a saver?
No, I mean, it's delayed, so they ain't gonna be caught up.
Because by the time they get on, it'd be 5-6 seconds, so it'd be already over.
But it'll be fun to watch them guess along. All right, well,
we can do a practice run.
Okay,
we can do a nice little practice run and go from there. Do we have 4-box setup so we can get all 4 of them? If not,
Fletch's gonna throw that up right.
Oh, look at Fletch. Okay, Fletch.
So I'm looking this way. All right, gotcha.
I'm straight ahead.
Braylon.
Okay, I'm looking. I'm
I
just
wish we
looking
had
at the
some
screen.
Hollywood. Wish we had some music.
The Hollywood Squares. What does that guy get? Oh, wow. He's got the Eddie.
All right, start it off, Braylon. What do we got? Everybody's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, I believe this game is called. Low key sounds like a fun ass game. Murph, and you know what?
We could do sports. We could do all kinds
turn this
of
into a
different
drinking
stuff.
game.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. What's up, Mulligan?
Hey man,
let's do this.
You're drinking that warm.
It's delicious, warm, cold.
Okay.
Honestly,
we'll
it's a damn good drink.
Drinking my regular Arnold Palmer.
Should I go
from
to
Birmingham.
Stick or should I go to Mavs?
Go to Flannel Sam. Let's keep it in succession
Order?
of what's on screen. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Flannel Sam. All right, I'm gonna start nice and easy. Independence Day.
Men in Black.
Mavs, it's on you.
Ali.
Oh, wait. Can you do the same person you did Will Smith
Yeah,
twice?
you still can.
Oh, okay.
That's like a way to install.
We'll do Hitch.
Kevin. Oh,
Deja vu.
Drink, Sam. Drink.
Drink. All right, so that was fun.
Okay, so I thought you had to swich the actor and
You don't have
someone
to,
in the movie.
If we're at home and you really want to
Deja vu. You already got me on. You got me on that.
Yeah, I know that was cheating. I won't pull those out till so you guys get a little advanced. But see, that's like the order messes up too. So why don't we go this way? How about I go to you?
Okay.
And then you go, and we'll just do that.
Let's just go that way.
Yeah.
This way. I'm last.
It makes it work.
All right, go ahead then, Braylon.
We starting over?
Yeah, let's start it up.
All right, I'll start with a very easy one. It's very broad, and there's a ton of people in it. Avengers.
Oh,
no.
That's an easy start.
It is an easy
Easy
start.
for you.
Natalie Portman was in Garden State.
God.
Oh my goodness. Black Swan.
She's in it. Natalie Portman's Thor's girl.
She wasn't in Avengers though. Not in the Avengers movie.
No,
She's not
son
in the
of a
first
bitch.
Avengers.
All right.
She's in Thor, Black World, and she was in Infinity War.
I look at it. I thought, all right, go ahead. That's my bad. That was an Avenger movie. They're all Avengers. Thor's an Avenger.
But the first, it's called the Avengers. That's the first one. The second, so that was my fault then.
No, it's. I suck at this game.
She was in Endgame though.
She wasn't in Endgame. There we go. So okay. Yeah, it's an Avengers movie. See? Fletch knows what I'm talking about. All right,
the first movie
go
is
ahead,
called
Maz.
Avengers.
Go ahead.
I'm out.
Start it off with somebody. I screwed that up. Go ahead.
You start the movie. I love right now. We all look like dunces.
Rocky.
Okay. Godfather.
Goodfellas.
Field of Dreams.
Tin Cup.
For the love of the game.
God, why can't I think of it? Bull Durham.
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Nice. We're stuck on Calvin Costner right now.
All right, Maz. Drink up, Maz.
I know Kevin Costner. I love him. Yellowstone.
There you go.
I was coming back with.
That's TV, by the way.
I was coming with Dancing with Wolves next, but
I know.
you start one. Flannel Sam.
Moneyball.
Oh,
Love Moneyball.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
What? Who's up? Aren't I up?
He's up.
I thought you got out.
You skipped Maz. Go ahead.
I thought Maz was out.
Moneyball to you, Maz. All right, now you're out. Mr. and Mrs. Smith to me. What the hell was that, Maz? Ocean's 11.
I choked.
Forgot every movie that Brad Pitt's been in. I'm out. Damn.
George Clooney. It was,
George. I mean, there's
Sam,
everybody.
Bernie
Matt Damon's in that movie.
Up in
Bernie
the air.
Mac.
Matt Damon.
Up in the air.
Up in the air.
That's okay.
Oh, Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
Isn't that same little chick from Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, she is, and I know that. Pitch Perfect. Here you go. I can just do Pitch Perfect too, and make it.
There you go. Pitch Perfect 2.
Pitch Perfect 2. All right, let's try to get a good round in. Just try to get a good one.
This is rough going, man. I don't know about this game.
It's rough going, man. We're going to try it one more time.
I'm going to finish this mulligan before it's all over.
I know, right? We'll try it one more time for you guys. I'll come up with, let's go Tombstone.
Oh, The Saint.
Vanilla Sky.
On you, Vanilla Sky.
Wow.
Batman.
The original?
No,
he's just throwing out names. Who from Vanilla Sky was in Batman?
Well, Val Kilmer.
Okay, so that's why I said it was Tom Cruise.
No?
All right. Well, thanks for playing, folks. Do you guys want to do a sports version of this?
That's the end.
Let's do a sports version of this.
So we'll do players, and I guess you have to name a teammate they play with. So if
teammate that they played with.
Yeah,
I like
if
that.
I do Jordan, you say Pippen. Say Elijah.
Rodman.
Exactly.
All right, let's do that. I think we'll be much better at this game.
We'll be much better at
Let's
that.
start it off. You want to start, Jordan?
No.
Okay.
We're in Detroit.
All right.
How dare we start off with Jordan in Detroit? Zeke.
Adrian Dantley.
Dennis Rodman.
Lambier.
Joe D.
Joe D never played for anybody else but here. Christian Leitner.
But who he played with?
Played Christian Leitner here.
Oh, there you go.
Teal days.
Christian Leitner, damn. Why'd you do that?
Atlanta.
You can go anywhere with Christian Leitner. That's why.
I know, but he never.
Atlanta.
Think college.
Stacey Augman.
Oh, college?
Mookie
Oh,
Blaylock.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill.
obviously. Yeah.
There we go.
Lindsey Hunter.
Okay. Allen Houston.
John Starks.
Patrick Ewing.
There we go.
I had to get us off the Detroit tip.
Good stuff.
I had to.
Charles Oakley.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Jordan.
Pippen.
There we go.
Bill Wennington.
Ooh, okay,
Sam. A Bill Wennington drop.
Sam to Sam. I like it. Bill Wennington. He coaches for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I know. I got him.
Maz is out.
Steve
Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Ron Harper.
B.J. Armstrong.
Ooh.
Bill Cartwright.
We're just going to start calling Maz dead air.
Horace Grant? Nah. Yeah.
Yeah, Ho Grant.
Some Grants like Horace.
Shaquille O'Neal.
There we go. Anthony Hardaway.
Nick Anderson.
Ooh.
Nice.
I quit.
Scott Skiles.
Scott Skiles. He played for the Bulls as well, didn't
Too
he?
much pressure.
Oh, imagine.
I thought he coached the Bulls.
Skiles?
I'm out. Skiles stumped me. Who you got, Sam? I know you're going to do this.
Skiles. Was he on Orlando?
You could do Michigan State.
Oh man. That's a tough one. Scott Skiles.
You can start over. Me and you start over, and then we get back to start one, bench one, cut one.
LeBron James.
Okay, Shaq.
Robert Horry.
Okay, Tim Duncan.
Manu Ginobili.
Parker.
Brent Barry.
Bruce Bowen.
David Robinson. Did they play together?
Bruce Bowen and David Robinson?
I don't think there was an overlap there.
They didn't overlap because he retired after they won that first championship.
Yep.
Booyah.
And Braylon with the win. All right, so if you guys want to sit around, have some fun drinking with your friends, play that game. I like it better with the sports. I think we're a little better at sports than
The fun
movies.
thing is everybody can play it too. You sit down at the house, man, like girls can get involved, guys get involved, older guys get involved.
I need
parents.
more than 4 seconds.
I play it with the parents too, man. It's fun. You sit there and play, it's fun.
All I need is about 3.5 seconds, maybe even 4.
Make some magic with that,
She'll be
man.
wanting to marry you. Maz, why don't you tell them about my bookie? Go ahead, man.
I can do that. My bookie is a place where I put all my sports wagering in. It's on my homepage of my phone, of course, right on my iPhone. Don't forget, if you're a first-timer, I don't know why, you're just starting now, but you got to get involved. If you're going to bet with my bookie and use the promo code Woodward, because they will double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000, or whatever you put in up to $1,000, they will double. That is your money to keep and do whatever you want with it. Use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
All summer long, the Monroe Street Midway is open in downtown Detroit. Enjoy basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art, live music, food trucks, and more. A fun, safe event for everyone between the ages of 1 and 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more info. Again, that is deckedoutdetroit.com.
And welcome back to the Bottom Line on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani while he's on vacation for the rest of the week. That is Braylon Edwards. Maz in here. You just heard from Flannel Sam, Fletch.
I'm getting booed because I sucked at that game.
Yeah, well, you know.
My brain just doesn't work that quick anymore.
Hey, man, it's all good, man.
But I'm good at trivia. I'm very good at trivia.
I
very
believe you.
good.
Just not that trivia. I believe you.
No, I'm good at that trivia. Bring me to the bar, and I will play any type of trivia with you guys.
Maz puts in the chat. I can't think that quick anymore.
There was bar trivia yesterday, so I go to pick up food late last night, get some dinner, got hungry a little bit.
What you got?
So I got Casey's. It's a bar in Wall
Lake.
Yeah, Wall Lake. Yeah,
Yep.
I see you know my hangout spots.
It used to be the Choo Choo Deli Express back when I was growing up. Back in my day.
So go there. Made a mistake. Usually hit the app, hit DoorDash, boom, get a little delivery. I made a mistake and hit picked up. So I had to go get off my butt and go pick it up. But I walked in the back, go pick up my sandwich. I had a club sandwich and a salad. And I hear the microphone, and I'm like, did I come on trivia night? Lo and behold, it was trivia night at Casey's, man. So I tried to jump in, but it was too late.
Oh, man.
I love some. I'm a sucker for some trivia.
I was gonna say, if you guys are ever down, I'm down.
I'm down. Some
Like
bar
a couple
trivia?
months ago,
Me too.
I took a chick out on a date, and like she brought a friend, and we went to trivia, and her friend were absolutely useless in this trivia. Like it pissed me off to the point where I was like, I am carrying the entire team, and we ended up finishing second. But we were going up against teams with like 8-10 people, and then I left to go grab some pizza and come back to this bar. By the time I got back during the second game, they hadn't got one right. We were already buried and out of the tournament. I was like, this.
So you went and got pizza from another spot to bring to another restaurant.
Yeah, it was in Eastern Market.
Were they? Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was a brewery, but they didn't serve food. But you could go get outside food and bring it in. Good time,
hey,
but
man,
damn, the girls I were playing
Did you
with
get
were
Sapinos?
dumb. Huh?
Did you get Sapinos?
That's what it was, Sapinos. Yep.
Think about your boy next time, man. I'm gonna love some trivia.
Yeah, and there was a leftover chick too. I could have brought you along with, man. That would have been nice.
There it is. You know, see, I gotta get an invite somehow. Man.
We'll get you there. Let's play our version of Mary F. Kill, and that is start, bench, or cut.
Offense and defense.
Offense and defense. Where you want to start first, Maz?
Let's
your
start
world,
on
baby.
Let's start on the quarterbacks.
Let's start them because of the name of the day today, Baker Mayfield. We could have done the jersey swap for him. But here you go. Start, bench, or cut. Baker Mayfield, Jimmy G, or Jared G.
I'm going to ask this question before we start playing.
This is easy.
What version of these quarterbacks or these players are we talking about?
As they sit today.
So right currently.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like it. Start, bench, cut.
So you got Baker coming off surgery.
Right.
As a Panther.
You and these injuries. You love talking about injuries. Injuries really bother you, don't they?
Yeah, of course.
Baker's fine, and so is.
You got Jimmy G coming off surgery.
So is he.
And you got Jared Goff coming off just being Jared Goff.
That was low.
Jared Goff coming off a great second half of the season when he finally had some play callers in there, and Josh Reynolds and Amon-Ra St. Brown and a top 3 offensive line.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's Jared
Goff. And a hell of
an
OC and
and
Ben
Dan
Johnson.
Campbell.
And Dan Campbell.
That's what I meant.
Yep.
Who's going first?
You are.
You go ahead, Maz.
Okay, mine's easy.
Go ahead.
I'm keeping Baker. I'm starting Baker.
Okay.
I'm benching Jimmy G, and I'm cutting Jared.
Good God, man.
Simple.
How do you even have conversations with
Your mic is off again. Thank God.
Yeah, man,
thank God my mic's
now
off.
it's on.
Now it's better.
It's tough being on the show with Matt sometimes, man. It's just tough. It's just tough.
I could argue any other scenario but that one.
That's fine.
Baker's the only one who's never accomplished anything.
You can have your team.
All right.
That's fine.
All right, I'll go.
You want me? You go.
You go ahead, Braylon. Go ahead. I'm still trying to get over Maz.
All right, so I'm starting Jimmy G. I'm starting Jimmy G. I'm benching.
Oh no, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
I'm benching Baker and I'm cutting Jared Goff. I wanted to. I was trying. Stick. I was trying.
Drink.
Drink. You just lost this drinking game.
Drink, Braylon.
The way I look at it, well, you do yours and we'll explain after.
Yeah, well, okay, here's the explanation.
No, I'll explain after.
I'm cutting Baker Mayfield. My explanation is the guy's never won a damn thing in the league. Why would I take him over 2 guys who've actually been to a Super Bowl? That's just simple logic I'm going to use to get rid of one.
Okay.
Now, Now comes.
But you said right now, right?
Now comes the discussion.
Baker's been to more recent playoffs than Jared Goff.
Okay, has he been to a Super Bowl?
No, but you said now. You said now.
Yeah, but
you said now.
They're both history.
Exactly.
Right.
So now
So I'm taking the guy with better history right now.
Okay, I'm taking the guy that I believe is ready to show some MFers that he's mad right now.
Yeah.
What was your stick? I must have missed yours.
He didn't say it.
Well, I
yet.
said I'm starting Jared Goff. I'm starting Jared Goff. I'm throwing Baker Mayfield's trash ass back to trash assville wherever he came from, so he can take his little flag and try to plant it in turf at another place because the guy is dumb as hell. He's never won anything. I don't know why you would take him over two guys that have been to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G, I'm benching because I want the sex appeal on my bench, and Jared Goff, I want to win, so Goff is my starter.
I have no problem with the list at all.
Thank you, Braylon. Thank you.
I don't have a problem.
That's a beautiful football mind right there,
I don't have a
Maz.
problem with the list.
Goff.
I appreciate.
You're starting Mayfield.
Hey, at least we're all starting.
5th round pick.
Hey, at least we're all starting a different person, though. I'm starting Jimmy G. Jimmy G just doesn't make as many mistakes as those two. Like, I get it. He's just like they all need everything to be perfect. Jimmy G doesn't make the same mistakes they do. So that's why I start with Jimmy G. That's why I went with him. Baker's a guy that I feel like he's
But
ready.
you're cutting Goff?
Yes, of course.
You're both cutting Goff?
Yes, of course. We're sane.
Over those, I'm like, yeah, like as it relates to Jimmy G, keeping Jimmy G and Baker, Baker is a winner. At some point, like Baker's a winner. If he finds it again, Baker's a winner. So if you get him at the right time, maybe Carolina's getting him at the right time. He's a winner. It's in there. So you got to look at that. People don't win the Heisman Trophy for no reason. So then you look at Jimmy. Just like you said about Jared, Jimmy's been to the Super Bowl. Now, he botched it up when he got there.
I was going to say, Jimmy makes one throw. This is a
win.
whole different conversation.
But he was in a position to make one throw.
He did, and he didn't make it.
Exactly.
Fate is fate.
So I think with Jimmy, too, you know what you're going to get. He's a team guy. I haven't heard one teammate say anything negative about Jimmy G. He makes fewer mistakes than both these guys. He makes way fewer mistakes. Like all the ladies in here are going to go crazy. It's going to up the ratings. The Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
The ladies are coming out the woodworks to come see this guy play. I just think I would take him.
Hey, let's ask Mr. Sport over here.
Let's Flannel Sam. Before we get to you, Flannel Sam, if I throw Malik Willis in this equation, who are you taking, Maz?
Do you need me to call Ryan Armani? You need me to call Ryan?
I'll start Baker. I'll bench Malik, and I'll still cut Jared Goff, and I'll cut Jimmy G.
Take both.
All right, Flannel Sam, who you got in this equation? And I swear to God, if you disagree with me, you're fired.
I will start Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
I will bench Jared Goff, and I will cut Baker freaking Mayfield.
Attaboy, why would you cut Baker Mayfield?
Excuse me, 1 second. He doesn't have Ben Wallace in the Hall of Fame. I rest my case.
He knew how to set you up with that one.
That's fine. Man, you can have that opinion, but why wouldn't Baker Mayfield be there?
Because Baker Mayfield blew 2 Super Bowl rosters with terrible seasons. It was his fault they didn't make the playoffs in 2019. In 2021, I know he was hurt, but the reason he was hurt, people don't want to tell you about that, is he went to go tackle the guy who intercepted his pass like a tough guy with Napoleon syndrome and messed up his shoulder. And I understand that, like, he's not going to be his best with that kind of an injury, but he should have never been playing. And I don't think injuries contribute to turnovers. Braylon, I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Baker Mayfield is starting to – I think what you said is correct. Like, he definitely wanted to be the tough guy. He definitely wanted to be out there. He was angry. He threw the interception, and his anger led to him injuring himself even further, but he shouldn't have been out there in the first place. Look, you just talked about it. Baker gave up 3.5 because he wants to get out of Cleveland because he sees the other side. He sees potential. When you're willing to sacrifice money at that level, that lets you know you're ready for the big league. That means you're making steps to what you could be, to what people saw in you when you were the number 1 pick overall 4 years ago, what people saw in you. So I just look at it from that point. Jared Goff, I have nothing against Jared Goff. He didn't have any weapons early on. Well, he had a weapon or two, but they were trying to figure out the system. The offense changed a couple times on him when he was here last season. Got better in December. Definitely looks like he has more moxie and confidence about himself. You see him doing interviews in minicamp this year. But I'm still taking Jared and Jimmy G over Goff.
I have a rough time. with that, but that's all right.
Jimmy and Baker.
It's opinion at this point. In the chat, let us know what you're thinking. David E. Walker saying Baker wins 1 playoff game and he's better than 2 Super Bowl starting quarterbacks. I think that's a good point to bring up.
I love that, but at the end of the day, None of those dudes are guys that you look at being the catalyst and the reason why they got to the Super Bowl. None of them. Jimmy G is not the guy that you look and say, you know what, Jimmy G, no, he's not. You look at the defense, and you look at Raheem Mostert, and you look at that amazing running game in Shanahan. And the same with Jared Goff.
They're both being replaced.
No one looks at Jared Goff. Exactly. No one looks at Jared Goff and say, you know what, 2017, man, he was doing that thing. He got us. No. You talk about Ty Gurley having 1,800 yards, 26 touchdowns. You talk about Aaron Donald. Talk about that defense. You talk about the offensive weapons. Nobody talks about those two. But when Baker got to the playoffs and won that game against, I know, a bum-ass Pittsburgh Steelers, Baker was still the reason why you got there.
That's debatable. I mean, that whole offense is predicated around the run, not around their quarterback.
Well, they had that same run this year. It didn't work.
Well, God, your love affair with Baker Mayfield, Maz, will go down in history.
You'll see.
As a beautiful thing.
You'll see.
You'll see. Do you want to put a long-term bet on this?
Ooh.
I don't know. What kind of bet you want to put on?
I don't know. Let's think about that, though, because we got, first of all, what's the measurement of success?
Yes, that's
that
what
we
you
need
have
to
to do.
define that for Baker Mayfield, and then I'll put a bet on it. But before we do that, tell them about SMA, Braylon.
Well, SMA can help some of these delusional individuals out there that think Baker Mayfield is not as good as Jared Goff. So that's where you need to go see SMA and find out about mental illness. No, but this sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health as well as substance abuse. Their podcast, This Is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Now, I know we're laughing right now, but this fentanyl situation here in Michigan and other states is very serious. Pay attention to it. Addiction is real, and so is mental health. So go to places like SMA. Go to people like Sean Jordan. Find out how you can help. Find out how you can get some information, because everybody knows somebody that are dealing with these issues. Hell, you yourself might be dealing with these issues. Go to thesportsma.com. Let us help you.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Get a free Woodward Sports
I'm
t-shirt.
going last on this one.
That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in and tell them we sent you, and they will print you one right on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
So go
Can
to
I go?
Hey.
It's the only way I'm going to get one.
So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. That is bigfrog.com/Novi.
Let's reset Flannel Sam's camera, too. Reset your computer while you're in there, Sam. You're getting a little glitchy on us, and we don't need that during that Big Frog.
You know why it's glitchy?
Why?
Because he picked Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah? Come on, man. Baker Mayfield. Fifth-round pick. That's all he's worth.
No.
Hey, man.
That's not what he's worth.
That's what he got.
Well, they don't want to pay all the money.
If he was worth more, he'd make more. That was part of it.
We'll see.
He's not the only one who went for a fifth-round pick. I'm just saying.
Who else went for a fifth round?
I did.
That's different. that's completely different.
I'm just messing with you, buddy.
Damn it, Braylon. No, that got me over from here all feeling bad.
Hey, man, get out your feelings, man. Check this out.
You know what I went for?
What'd you go for?
That didn't even get mentioned.
What'd you go for?
Nothing. I didn't even get mentioned. I didn't get called in the combine. Nothing.
Hey,
so
man.
I didn't even get a damn scholarship out of high school.
Brother. I still hang with you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. We got to get you out to play softball. I know you're a ball player.
100%. So it's funny. I actually, I think you guys were doing softball last year when I first started the show. And I was trying to get out. It was too late.
Yeah, Joik was on the team last year. So we got to get you on the team, man.
Let me know. Virgilio actually has me in a home run competition this Saturday. I got to get all the details. But I'm in a home run contest. Can't tell you when, but Actually, I do. I got the email right here.
Well, Thursday night, you could come sub on the Space Dogs with us.
Where you guys play at?
Right by your house, really, in Drake. On Drake.
On Drake? I know exactly
Drake
what
and
you're
15
talking about.
mile.
15, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like the baseball field, the skate park's right there.
Yep,
And there's a church across the street.
Yep, that's right where we play every Thursday, double headers. So
tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow we have off, and then back on regular schedule. I don't know why they did that. They started us last week, take a week off, and then we're back.
That's
on.
cool. It gives me a week to go to the batting cage.
Yeah, let's hit them up. I go to the 13 and Woodward one all the times. All right, let's get back into it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani. This is the Bottom Line with Braylon Edwards. Maz is in here, Flannel Sam, and of course Fletch. And we did the offensive version of this with the bench cut start, and we also like to call it Mary F. Kill. Let's switch over to the defensive side, and this is actually very interesting. Fred Warner, Darius Leonard, or Micah Parsons?
Linebacker edition.
Linebacker edition. Unfortunately, there's no Lions that really we could even put in this conversation at this point. We'll get there, though.
Jared Davis.
He's back. We'll never know. But let's start with you again, Maz. Out of these three linebackers, who you start?
Hold on. I can answer it for Maz.
Yeah, we know who he's starting.
I guarantee you Maz is going to say Micah Parsons and the hell with the other two.
No. You know who my second guy is?
Yeah, Darius Leonard.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Those
And
are my
Fred,
top two.
Darius Leonard.
See you, Fred.
Darius Leonard is a monster.
He's a monster.
And so is Fred Leonard. But Darius Leonard it's funny because he gets credit. Somehow I still feel he's underrated. He still doesn't get the type of credit that he really deserves.
Well, he's getting cut. Micah, of course, is starting. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Darius Leonard, what a bench player he would be. And Fred, it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, there's really, to me, I'm with you on this. There's really not as big of a debate as there is in that quarterback situation that we had going on. Yeah, Micah Parsons, age, talent, he's your start guy, period. The other two.
He would have been a great line.
It would have been more interesting if you would have put.
Not better than Panay Sewell.
Well, you could have had another offensive lineman. Anybody.
I think it would have been more interesting if you would have put Bobby Wagner on this list instead of Micah Parsons. Because Micah kind of plays like a tweener position, whereas Leonard and Fred play Mike linebacker. Like Micah Parsons is sometimes playing Will, sometimes he plays Sam, and sometimes he plays on the line of scrimmage, which they need to do more of if Dallas wants to have success this year. Because remember, he was leading the league in sacks at one point of this year. Then they pulled him off the offensive line and stopped blitzing him, and then he fell off and he didn't have as many sacks as he could have. I'll let you go last, Stick. I'm gonna go Micah. I'm going to bench Darius Leonard. Okay. And I'm going to put Fred Warner on pup.
You're still going to keep him?
I'm not cutting Fred Warner. Are you serious? I'm not cutting him.
In what world can I cut Fred Warner?
I'm putting him on the PUP, physically unable to perform, which gives him 6 weeks. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys with Parsons. You got to start Parsons. But I'm going to keep Fred Warner. I'm going to bench Fred Warner just because when I'm comparing defenses, I love the attitude. I love just what San Francisco's defense brings to the table. And I think Fred Warner is the heart and soul of that defense, and he brings a lot of that attitude. Plus, I had him on fantasy as an independent player a couple of years ago, and the guy just absolutely lit it up for me. I do like Leonard, but then, like I was saying, you look at the defense that they have there. He's going to amass a lot of tackles because they don't have a ton of guys to pick up those tackles. So he gets more tackles. Not that he should, but he gets the volume because of the lack of talent around him. And Fred Warner would be my guy.
And Fred Warner gets to run free because they don't have the type, like, up front. They're crushing guys with the defensive line. That defensive line is insane.
But that's why I love that defense. So I'm going to take the guy that's sitting in the middle.
Around.
Yeah, I'll take it. Like we said, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. You put Darius Leonard in the middle of that San Francisco defense, he's putting up numbers, but I like Fred Warner. I do a lot.
Hey, a spin-off of this. This is what Micah Parsons, and I'm just taking this out of my brain, which has been, pickled over the years. Micah Parsons says the combination of he and Travion Diggs could be the next Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. Do you agree with that?
No.
You don't?
No. The difference is this. Now, I'm not going to disrespect Trayvon Diggs because somebody said something very important. It was Jalen Ramsey actually, because he tried to get guys to talk about. Or was it Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, it was Jalen Ramsey talking about, because you said last year, yes, Trayvon Diggs had 11 interceptions or 12
early.
Yeah, he's finished with those same 11 and 12 early. But that's because he plays like he's an on-ball cornerback kind of sort of thing.
And he takes a lot of risks.
Different types, but he takes a ton of risks. But that's the thing. Like Jalen Ramsey is a guy that's going to be a lockdown defender. He's not taking those type of risks because he doesn't have to. So they're never going to be like him. Like Trayvon Diggs, good DB, he'll never have the same skill that Jalen Ramsey has. So in terms of will they be like them? No. But in terms of will they be damn good? Oh, hell yeah.
It's tough to compare him to Aaron Donald because he's just a freak of nature and a one of one, right? As good as Micah Parsons is, he's not assigned to put pressure on the quarterback every single play.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's dropping in cover, and sometimes he's just covering a zone. Darnold just affects everything. He speeds up the quarterback every single play. You saw it in the Super Bowl. Bengals could have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Aaron Donald making that one play.
Half a second.
That's all, because
He was
Chase was
offsides,
wide the hell open.
Offsides, by the way.
Either way, he got there. He got there.
You say he was offside?
He was. He was.
All right. Well, I lost my bet anyway, so I would take it there. I'd take the play over there.
What about you, Flannel Sam? Who you got in this?
I would start Micah Parsons. I would bench Darius Leonard, and I would cut Fred Warner, but only because I believe that Darius Leonard is the best middle linebacker in the NFL, and Fred Warner is second. It's so close. I want to be like Braylon and put Fred Warner on the pup list.
Put him on pup, man.
That's a smart play there, Braylon. That's a smart play.
That's I played in the game, so I was able to cheat right there.
Right.
I cheated right there. That's all that was.
If you guys watched last year's Hard Knocks, the midseason one with the Colts,
taking Bobby Wagner.
Darius Leonard, man, he stole that show. And if you didn't know about Darius Leonard before, you knew about him after that, and you followed his path after that. The man is a tackling machine.
Yeah.
He's amazing, and he is like the leader of that defense. And he's not a big guy either.
No.
He's just a tremendous football player.
Some guys are just born to make tackles. I remember when I was playing for the Cleveland Browns. The year after me, we drafted DeQuell Jackson. DeQuell Jackson ended up playing for the Cleveland Browns, played Mike linebacker for us. Some guys just make tackles. I remember his rookie year, he was splitting time with Andre Davis out of Florida. And DeQuell had 135, only starting, I want to say 9 games that year, 135. Next year was $160, and it took him a while. And finally, when he got to the Colts, he got some appreciation. I think he made 3 Pro Bowls when he was with the Colts. But some guys are just born to put that helmet on the football and in the numbers of running backs and wide receivers and also offensive linemen.
Yeah, and the Lions really haven't had that type of linebacker here, really. I mean, DeAndre Levy had a good run.
He was a ball hawk, though.
Tulloch had a good run for like 2 years, and then, injuries, celebrating.
I remember that coming off the field against the Packers.
Yep,
celebrating the sack.
But he was a ball-hawking guy, too, who never really dominated with his speed or physicality, but he was just always where he needed to be.
That's called intellect. That Joker does. And that's what people ask me a lot of times. Just, what's the difference between the college game and the NFL game? They say, is it the speed? I say, it's speed, but it's not speed in the 40. Because in college and NFL, the guys run the same times. Like, it's not that. It's the speed of individuals doing film, tons and tons and tons of film research, tons and tons and tons of homework, knowing players, knowing their tells, knowing what they do. So when you get into games, you're able to be where you are because you watch so much film. It's not that you run a 4.2. Right. It's not that you run a 4.3. Add that 4.3 into hours of film. That's where you get guys like DeAndre Lee, who had 8 interceptions that year.
Oh, I was so happy when we drafted him out of Wisconsin, too, because I really didn't know much about him. I just knew every time Michigan played him, that dude was just all over the field. He was all over the field, and then I was like, oh, we got that guy? Oh, I remember that guy whooping our ass. I'm happy.
Then he decided to be a daredevil.
Yeah, fly on top of airplanes.
Right outside of airplanes.
Yeah, and I mean, he lost his love for the game, and I think a lot of that has to do with the coaching that was involved at that time,
Isn't that
unfortunately.
something, man?
Yeah.
You play for losing organizations, man. It's easy to...
Yeah.
It's got to be gut-wrenching.
It's the same old thing. You start to wonder, like, why is this guy coaching? Here. Why are these players playing here? They seem not to care. Players don't play. Players are making reservations to go on vacation after week 4, and it's still allowed to be in play. It's easy for you to lose the love or just start to turn into one of those players.
Well, let's
keep this going.
Okay, yeah, we could talk about that.
It's Lionitis, man.
Lionitis.
It's got to end. It's got to end.
He played for the Buckeyes.
Laurinaitis. Tell about Fulton, Maz.
I will, man. And our good friend Chris Hutt. Make sure you get well, Chris. He's got that new knee, working on that new knee at home. He invented this great game of football and bowling called Bowling in Hamtramck. Make sure you go down and try it out. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out on a lot of fun. It's 2 ways to play. $12 unlimited open play, or a private lane reservation, 10 or 12 of your friends on one lane. It'll cost you $120, but you get it for 2 hours, and it's all yours. So it's less than $10 per person. The bar is high. That's right. Martin Morningway loved to play that back in the day. Over 100 beers they offer you, and any drink you want. The $2 mystery beer machine is there as well. And, of course, you can bring your own food in or even have it delivered. That's right. Get your Fold on. For more information, it's foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Planet Fitness is inviting all high school teens between the ages of 14 and 19 to work out for free all summer long, which ends August 31st, via the High School Summer Pass. Planet Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone where you can work in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. Again, that is planetfitness.com.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network on the Bottom Line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani. Braylon Edwards is here. What's going on, Maz?
Just a side note, a little NBA from the Woj bomb. The Spurs could get involved with the Nets and Lakers talks right now. Maybe Westbrook going over to the Spurs. Other assets going to Brooklyn, landing Kyrie in L.A.
Can you imagine Greg Popovich and Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
That's a match made in heaven.
So who the hell knows what's going to happen there?
Well, before we went to break, we were talking, and DeAndre Levy came up, and we were just talking about how some players, they just lose that love of the game, whether it's through the coaching staff, whether it's playing for a losing organization, whether it's personal stuff at home. And it's not even in the sports world that we see this. I just think it gets displayed more on the sports world because we rely on those guys to show up every Sunday. We identify with where they're going to be. I've worked in the entertainment industry a long time, and you work for certain stations and you work for certain places that do gut you and take the energy out of coming to work every day, but you still got to go on the air and perform, right? With NFL players, you still got to step on the field and perform even if you don't want to be there. And I think the majority of the people watching, listening right now can relate to showing up to a job that you don't necessarily want to be at. How hard is it to motivate yourself as an NFL player knowing you're putting your life and body on the line damn near every Sunday, but you may wake up one Sunday not feeling like it, but you got to go perform. I think about that all the time with boxers, too, and like UFC fighters. You imagine waking up the morning of a UFC fight that you've been training months for, and you have a stomach ache or a headache. Doesn't matter. That fight's happening. Doesn't matter what's going on. Your wife cheated on you? Doesn't matter. You better show up and fight. How hard is that for a lot of players?
Yeah, at least with that, you know what I'm saying, if you decide not to play, you're only letting yourself down, or you can move past it. It's a solo, it's an individual sport. With football or with baseball or basketball or hockey, like, it's a team sport. So, like, if you decide that, whether what happens, like, it's other people involved.
Right.
You know, you look at people that talk about that, like, they say, like, yeah, you know, I may not want to go to work. But when they look at athletes do what? Athletes make millions of dollars. So all is well. All is okay. It's like, oh, well, they'll be okay. They make millions of dollars. That ain't life. So what are you making $1 million? It's the mental stress that's put on you. It's playing for a franchise like the Lions were once upon a time, they're trying to get out of, that you see how their front office just does so many dumb moves and janky moves, and they do so many things that are head scratchers, and they have so many coaches that just don't know what the hell they're doing. They bring in coaches that don't know what the hell they're doing, Quentin Trisha, etc. And you got to deal with that. And you're expected to go out there when you're watching guys who are mentally checked out.
Right.
Your teammates, they're not there. They're mentally somewhere else. They're thinking about Florida. They're thinking about LA, or they're thinking about, Miami, which I guess is in Florida. It's tough. Just imagine this. Say you were a guy on the Lions from, let's say you get drafted in 2001, okay? You get drafted in 2001. Let's say you played till 2010. Let's just say you play in that stretch. You went 2-14, 3-13, 5-11, 6-10, 5-11, 3-13, 7-9, 0-16, 2-14, and then 6-10. So that was your 10-year career. That's what you had to deal with for 10 years. Do you know how hard it is to lace up those shoes, put those pants on every day and go to work?
Meanwhile, your friend played for the Patriots.
Yeah. And that's how it happens, because you guys are friends. And when the season's over, you guys party together, you vacation together, you guys
your friend who got drafted 25 and you got drafted 4. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys work out in the off season together. You get to see those things. So it's easy just to one day wake up and say, man, I'm just over it.
Yeah.
There are other things. Then there are other things that go into a politics. They turn sports into a political arena.
Right.
Which you want to stay away from, but you can't. Politics and football or sports go hand in hand. So.
D. Smitty in the chat's got a great comment, too. Calvin Johnson is another good example. Sometimes your body and mind just isn't into it, especially if you're losing. And
Barry.
Yeah, I mean, Barry is another prime example, and I still hate the way he quit, but the older I get, the more I understand it. I still hate what he did and how he did it, but he's a grown-ass man. He can do what he wants. I don't have to like it, but he can do what he wants.
I think we get caught too sometimes, from the fans' point of view, of feeling like players disrespected and hurt you, or disrespected and hurt this city. You don't look at all that has gone into that decision.
Right.
You don't look at everything that Barry is a good dude, man. And you don't know everything that went into that decision in 2000.
Yeah, I just know me as a fan,
right.
I put a lot of my heart and soul into rooting for somebody.
And so did he. He put a lot of his heart and soul into giving you every Sunday.
Yep. And for him to just send a fax from Europe, I was like, God, man, what? Come on, Barry.
But there are also conversations that you're not privy to. And someone like Barry is so not responsible. He's such a good individual. He's so humble that he doesn't necessarily want to put people's business out there. He doesn't want to send you the receipts, as they say. Now,
nor does he owe me an explanation.
Right.
Right? I mean, let's be fair. He doesn't owe me a damn thing as a fan. But as a fan, as I sit here, I do invest my emotions into these players. I do I care about them, as weird as that sounds, their well-being. And when something like that happens, it sucks to see one of my heroes fall, and it sucks to see somebody just kind of throw away the faith I have in the team as well.
But we never look to the team. We instantly look to the player. Regardless of what happened, we instantly look to the player. We don't look at the front office and how they were negligent in the situation with Bobby Ross and let Bobby Ross talk to the best player on the team, the best running back in the NFL, any type of way. He was doing the same things that he had been doing for 10 years, and all of a sudden you tell him he can't do it. He has to come bend to your will. Excuse me, who are you?
Right. Now I get it.
Not only that, Barry is not the kind of guy that wants to sit in a press conference and get badgered with questions. He doesn't want to throw Bobby Ross under the bus, like you just said. He's not that kind of guy. He just wants to go quietly into the night.
Because nobody's going to win in that situation. No. He knows it. He comes and does a press conference. He'll get brutalized. You won't listen to what he has to say. Yep. And oh, by the way, he's not going to tell you the real anyway. So he's not going to sit there and get badgered and not tell you the real, because he doesn't want to be that type of player. That type of person.
It's just sad to see that. I mean, we just sat up here and gave 3 great examples of 3 great Lions. I mean, DeAndre Levy isn't a Hall of Famer like Calvin and Barry, but he was a great Lion while he was here.
Yeah,
and all of them just kind of tapped out and were like, no, I've had enough.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's absolutely tough. And if you're having a tough time getting a car, you know where you can go. Les Stanford, they make it so easy. If you got a lease that you want to trade in, they will take that trade in and make it seamless as possible. And if you're in the market for a brand new car, probably that new Vet that we're going to see coming up when we broadcast live there later on this month in Dearborn, Les Stanford is the Corvette king. So get to lesstanford.com right now and find new roads.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey, Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, that is another winner I gave you yesterday with the Miami Marlins and Sandy and Sally, whoever else he is. But listen, hey, you guys got to get over there to that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at all the sports books right in the palm of your hand. Hey, let's get back to them winners. We need more fun coupons. Of course, fun coupons equals fun. So listen, we're going to roll today with the Arizona Diamondbacks to beat the San Francisco Giants. Giants are just 2-10 in their last 12 games. Merrill Kelly, Arizona's best pitcher. Sounds good to me. Oddstrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a bog project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. Hopefully he's enjoying his vacation. Braylon Edwards up here holding it down on the stage.
It's been a long one today.
Yeah, I feel like it.
It feels like it's a great show. It just feel like, because we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. We've covered a lot, and very passionately, if I do.
Well, I think the halftime mulligans kind of stretched some things out.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I think the dot game killed us.
Yeah. Well, maybe save that for the end.
I think we got it.
Just keep it sports.
We
I think you're
came out,
good.
though. We came out the gate. Baker, Carolina.
Yeah.
Then we got into.
I want to try that game one more time. I want a redemption.
Yeah, stick it to sports, though. I wouldn't go movies on that game.
Well, he throw out Avengers. That eliminates me already. Because I didn't watch the Avenger movies.
Any of them?
No.
But
they're
fantastic.
fantastic.
Robert Downey Jr. is in it.
I know.
What movie was Robert Downey Jr. in?
Less than zero.
There you go.
There we go.
Iron Man.
There you go. That's an Avenger movie.
Hustle and Flow. I would have said that.
You got me on that one. I'm screwed. You're really a movie master.
I mean,
I'm an old movie guy.
Tropic Thunder.
I can go old movies as well.
Now, if I throw
Johnny Be Good.
If I throw Let It Ride out at you guys are done.
What the hell's Let It Ride?
I know what Let It Ride is.
Oh, yeah. It's a 70s movie, right?
No. It's 1989.
80s, yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss as a gambler at the horse track.
I watched it with
Color of Money is what I'm thinking.
Color of Money.
I just
great.
watched
Paul
Let It
Newman.
Ride with somebody.
Color of Money is a great
seen
movie.
it.
All right, Maz, let's get into your videos of the day.
I could do that.
Let's do it.
And now it's time for Maz's videos of the day. Only on the Woodward Sports Network.
All right. Now, listen. If you're going to run for an office, for a state senator, for a councilman,
Oh, Lord, I know what's
or whatever,
coming.
I got to play this one for you.
I know what's coming.
This young lady out in Rhode Island, her name is Tiara Mack.
Yeah.
She's running for state senator again. This is how you run for office, folks.
Little twerk action.
Oh, my.
I saw this coming.
Oh, my.
I saw this coming.
What office is she running for?
She has an office. She's a senator. Rhode Island senator.
She wants to win again. Vote for Tiara Mack, state senator in Rhode Island. That's how you do it.
So, I love this because
You can play it again if you'd like.
I disagree with. I don't disagree with her twerking in the sand in her own free time and doing all that. I don't have a problem with that. You can do whatever.
Do you?
First of all, you got Marion Barry doing coke in his office, and you got Clarence Williams and Thomas. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of bad things, but don't post it. I think she shouldn't have took it to TikTok, but She did. She's living with the consequences. It is what it is. I don't like her trolling or responding to the people that are commenting.
Got it.
It's like, if you're going to do it,
right?
Cool, you did it, you
know.
posted it, just stay away from it, though.
Got it.
But she's now commenting, and it makes it look worse. Like, that's where she lost me, because the comments she's making, the trollers, I'm like, see, I wouldn't have voted for her. This is someone I wouldn't vote for. I wouldn't vote for you, not because you twerked in the office. You commented to trolls.
It reminds me of that Dave Chappelle stand-up, and he was like, you know, it's like me, Dave Chappelle, dressed up like a cop, and you coming up to me asking me for police help, and me being like, just because I'm dressed this way doesn't mean that I'm going to help you. And it's like, just because I'm twerking on the beach, no, like, you're right, it doesn't, but at the end of the day, it kind of does. But yeah, do your thing. Twerk, ladies. I'm all for it.
Twerk, just don't post it.
Yeah.
All right, this next video is everywhere now. When I got it last night, it just come out. These idiots with their fireworks have taken the cake. Here you go.
Yes. No, this is the best. There's so much to watch during this video, too.
Okay. Oh.
Watch Lady in Red grab the baby first. Good job. Now watch to the far right of the screen. Watch the. Wait for it.
Cars.
Boom!
Oh, shoot. Oh. Oh.
I give up.
Idiots.
Honestly, I just give up.
It's awesome.
You people
your
are
independence.
so stupid. I am embarrassed to be a human. I am.
I love it. The biggest question I have about that today, because I don't like fireworks, and people do this all the time, it behooves me. My biggest question, after you save the baby, why did you save the baby and then stop and continue to watch the show?
Yeah.
You should have taken the baby inside, or you should have gone behind, kind of over here somewhere. You picked up the baby and then kept the baby in harm's way. That's what you call Chanel, baby.
Freedom. That's America.
Now this next video is a woman.
Right.
This next video is this woman following her husband. Her husband's in the blue truck ahead of her. This is in Tampa. It's a few days ago. She is trying to video this lightning strike ahead. And she's like, oh, wow, look at this lightning strike. Little does she know it is going to hit her husband's truck. And, of course, destroy her husband's truck.
Wow.
Here we go. Let's take you to She's literally videoing the lightning itself. Little does she know it's going to hit her husband's truck.
Wow. That's amazing.
Ahead of her.
Out there.
Look at that. That thing is for real. What did you say, Brian? I missed it.
Oh, my goodness.
I missed it.
Dude, that would be terrifying, too. Just watching this bolt of lightning come at you.
Yeah. Life flashed before your eyes.
Literally flashed.
Like, I'll pull on the side of the road until, like, tomorrow. Like, the hell with that. I'm walking on.
Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning get the proper nickname, or what?
The Tampa Bay Lightning?
Yeah, they got the proper nickname.
Yeah.
This next one, I've been giving you cats. You'll get a cat one. But I got to give it to dogs first, okay?
That's fine. Woody's in the house.
Tell me this is one of the smarter dogs that you've seen. Check this little guy out.
Awesome.
He's like, let me just put the spout off of myself.
And he turned it off.
Yeah, let me get some cold water. I'm not gonna drink that out of the bowl.
We don't deserve dogs, man.
No, the next one I'm gonna show you is we really don't deserve dogs. Just let me take you out to the Ukraine. There are rescuers in the Ukraine. Are you ready for this? They find a group of puppies. These puppies, as they're moving the puppies, these beautiful pups, I'm going to let you look at it. They are protecting newborn kittens. Look at this.
Ось такі дива бувають в світі. Лежить кіт, 3 песенятка.
Look at these guys. Look how beautiful these dogs are. Now look what they're doing.
They're covering up the cats.
They're covering up baby kittens. Look at this.
For all you cat guys out there.
Ah, look at that.
Suck it.
You believe this?
What a wonderful world. Look at that. Restores your faith in
animals.
In animals. Not humanity.
No, not humanity. In animals.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And my last one is for is for you, of course. My man Stick.
Animal Anity.
It's cat on a Roomba. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, I've seen it.
I can do it because I'm a cat.
You think he's enjoying the ride?
I don't even know if he's enjoying it more so than I can do this because I'm a
He
cat.
just doesn't know what the hell's going on.
I'm just gonna do this.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna just have that and do it.
Thanks for including the animal videos today, Maz. I appreciate that.
You got it,
They're
man.
the only ones that won't get us pulled down. You got to stay with the animal ones, man.
Got to go with TikTok videos only.
Exactly.
Hey, YouTube, how's that?
There you go. Yeah, YouTube's loving it. Good dog. They were glad that you had the lightning in there. They were glad that you had the fireworks in there. And, good dog. So, yeah. Great job, Maz, with your videos of the day. Great job, Braylon, hanging out today, talking some sports. Had a fun pregame. We had a fun halftime.
We did.
We may not want to do that all the time, but, yeah, it was good times.
Post-game now.
Yeah, now it's time for the post-game. Flannel Sam, thank you for everything. Fletch, thank you. Ryan Lentz, everybody else back in the back, clipping and making sure everything gets up on social. Couldn't do it without you guys. Nick Leach, Andrew Jonah, Gentry. The heavyweights are up next, 5 to 7. Make sure you go follow them on their YouTube page. And we are out for the day. We'll be back tomorrow.
See ya.
See ya.
Plan.